guys, I am Michaela, and this is my husband.
I'm Josh.
Josh, or I call him Joshua, because that's just what I do.
That's my name.
And today we thought it would be fun to do like a couples Q&A video and just kind of talk about kids and parenting and marriage and
all the fun stuff.
All the fun stuff. And so we asked for some questions, and so we are just going to answer the questions that our friends have asked on social media. You want to read the first one?
Sure. Let's see. What have been some of the most growth-inducing struggles in our marriage?
Well, we married dirt poor.
And we remained dirt poor for a long time.
And we're not dirt poor.
No.
But we've been very blessed. But we've struggled.
When we got married, we were students in college. We were both full-time students.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, when we got married,
neither
of us had jobs.
We didn't have jobs at all.
And Michaela had never had a job.
I had never had a job. We had no savings. We had literally no money to our name except for the money that we got from our wedding.
Yeah. And that those gifts sustained us for about 3 months.
For a good amount of time.
Until my income at the job that I ended up getting only a few weeks after we got married was able to sustain us. And speaking of like other growth-inducing struggles, we have 3 beautiful children, and as everyone knows, each child needs to be parented and raised completely uniquely from the others. Mm-hmm. We have a child that requires a lot more attention than the others, and when I say attention, I mean you literally have to watch every single move that he makes.
Mm-hmm. Extremely active.
Very, very emotional. Emotional in extremes, and that's just
so sweet.
how he communicates.
He's very sweet, but yeah, it's hard for him to focus, and so that's been a challenge. Because what about like struggles between us? Like
we struggle.
Marriage.
We disagree on things. Does that happen? Does it happen to you guys?
Oh, I know. Okay, so love languages.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
We've struggled with love languages. We have very different love languages.
Extremely.
And we've been married for 7 years,
yeah.
Almost, in August. A couple weeks.
7 years and 2 weekends from now.
And
it's exactly 2 weeks.
Love. Do you wanna?
Yeah, to give you some perspective, we communicate love very differently, and we receive love very differently, and we do not share a single one of those love languages, which is impressive because there are 5.
We do, but they're just different. Like his number 1 is physical touch.
It's physical touch.
But I enjoy physical touch, but it's different.
And it's in a different degree.
Ways of physical touch. And so it's been a learning, a lot of learning. We had to learn to talk about why we were frustrated. Because we just kind of wanted to ignore
and just expect that the other one should know.
Yeah. It's silly, but just hoping that the other person could read our mind or would see that we're upset and do something about it. There's a bug.
I think it was only 6 or 8 months ago, so over 6 years into our marriage, that we finally became comfortable talking about our expectations for how we want to be loved, and 2, admitting that there are things that we might be doing that we think are showing love towards our partner that aren't effective. It's challenging.
It is, because it feels almost unnatural.
Yes.
it feels unnatural to show love in ways that you don't usually feel loved yourself.
I think we should move on to another question.
Yeah, that was a lot of struggles that we've been through. Question numero dos.
Okay. What has been, this is relatable to the first one. What has been the most challenging time being married? Challenging thing. We can edit that.
Okay, so that's the most challenging thing.
Okay. Question number 2.
We don't need to edit.
Yeah, what's been the most challenging thing about being married?
The most challenging thing. But it's about being married.
Okay, before I got married, I was never wrong.
And now I'm always right.
Oh, such a paradigm shift. What has been the most challenging thing about being married?
I think the most challenging thing for me has been learning to be selfless.
Oh, that's a good one. Because we are so good before we get married at being selfish. By that I mean loving ourselves, appreciating ourselves, catering to our own needs.
Yeah, and you think that you're a pretty good person before you get married.
The truth came out.
But then like, it's just different. Like, you see these other sides of yourself, you know, living and being with another person.
I am a terrible human being. That's what you end up thinking.
It's kind of the same with, like, once you have kids. Like, you're a couple and you kind of figure things out a little bit, maybe. And then you have kids and then it's like, I thought that I was a pretty good person, but
I thought I was compassionate.
I'm really impatient and like
I'm a monster. That's what I am.
I'm a monster. So yeah, that's probably the most challenging thing has just been learning humility and selflessness. And number 3, do you have the same parenting styles or have you had to compromise?
Yeah, no, we don't share a lot of parenting styles.
Oh, really?
Hold on. That I said we don't share a lot of. We do share some.
Yeah, I think for the most part.
I feel like there are some pretty big differences. Oh, it's only 1 or 2 things.
Okay, I would love to hear
differently.
This.
I'm a very big fan of letting our children experience natural consequences, and sometimes I know that might be going a little bit too far for Michaela, or maybe any mother, but for example, if my child is climbing on top of something, or if they're about to put their hand near something that they probably shouldn't, nothing as dangerous as like a stovetop, or they wind up playing with something that has a good chance of breaking, you know, sometimes I would rather let them experience what happens as a result of their actions, especially if it's something we've told them not to do before. You know, sometimes letting them take a bonk on the head, or letting them bruise a shin or a knee. I relish the idea of them learning from consequences and learning from experiences. I know sometimes that is really hard for Michaela.
You know, I think natural consequences are good, but there are some that I don't want to deal with. Like them getting hurt. I'm like, no, they just need to stop what they're doing.
Another one that I feel that we're different on. I'm very good at being a stern parent.
He is. I can be, but it doesn't come naturally for me. Unless I'm like really just like at my wit's end. But he does a good job, even if sometimes I don't agree, like I think he's been too harsh. He does a very good job at talking with that child and making sure that they feel loved.
There's never any sternness in anger or out of frustration. There's never yelling.
Sometimes yelling. There is sometimes yelling.
There's sometimes yelling, especially when there's damage to physical property
or to physical bodies the children.
Correct. If someone is in danger,
or being
then
hurt,
I've yelled before. Yes. And I know that my yell frightens our children.
So it's only in like intense, like we need to get their attention, like
right then and
right
there.
now. Do you ever clash on certain ways of upbringing your little ones? If so, what and how do you compromise? As far as like the values that we teach our kids, we don't clash on anything.
At all.
On any values or whatsoever.
Which is very useful because it literally means that we are presenting a unified front when we are teaching our children and when we're correcting behavior.
We have the same like religious backgrounds and even mostly like upbringings as well. We had similar upbringings and similar family dynamics, and so I think that helps a lot. So this is a question from one of my friends.
Okay.
Do y'all want any more kiddos after this one?
Yep. Newsflash.
So
There's a baby
if you don't know already,
in the oven. That's what it is.
I don't think they can see it in the shot though.
They can't. That's okay.
I got a little baby bump going on.
And she just popped.
I'm 16 weeks.
Yeah.
In a couple days. And a couple days, not in a couple days. And this is number 4. And honestly, I don't know if I could handle more than 4. Yeah, I don't know. Question number 6. Who's more stubborn?
That wasn't the question I was expecting. How did y'all meet is what I was expecting.
Oh, whoops.
But we can talk about who's more stubborn.
Oh no, I skipped. Okay,
and I'll let you know who that is.
Who's more stubborn. We'll do who's more stubborn first, and then we'll do how did y'all meet.
So this was a great question. Thanks to whoever submitted this one.
Who's more stubborn?
Who's more stubborn?
Probably me.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm more stubborn. He's very amenable. Is that the word?
Very amenable.
Yes.
Amenable sounds like I'm anemic.
Oh. Amenable?
Amenable, yep.
Amenable.
Mm-hmm.
He's very agreeable and very like, yeah, let's do whatever you want.
That's how most of my life has, with
that's
this
his
wonderful,
that's his
beautiful woman.
Just so willing and open-minded, and sometimes I can be a little more stubborn. I think that answers that question. I'm more stubborn.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the how did y'all meet question now.
Sure. This is a great question, and one that we love answering. So we both had this fantastic hobby in our youth and through college, and that was dancing. We loved to dance.
We both did folk dance.
Mm-hmm. To give you the spark notes, we were both involved in a Christmas dance.
It was like the big Christmas
extravaganza. Anyway, so we were both selected to be in the finale piece for this production, and we all get to practice for the finale, and we all pair off, even though it was supposed to be, I guess, a very open and freestyle sort of dance. You weren't necessarily supposed to be in couples, but of course there was an even number of guys and girls.
Yeah,
so everyone except for this one went one by one.
Yeah, I coupled up.
Michaela somehow ended up in a trio, one guy and two girls.
Yeah, one guy and 2 girls.
And I was the guy left alone. I ran across the gym and I grabbed the hand of the first girl that I could that was in that trio, and it happened to be Michaela's.
Is that the only reason you...
You were the closest.
I was just the closest.
You were the closest.
So I wasn't like the most like...
I had never seen you before.
Anyway, so I was the close girl. You grabbed me.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, be my partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, he's cute. Okay.
Yes.
And he was like so outgoing and like this big smile. And I was like, yeah, he's really cute.
Yeah.
But I didn't think anything.
And I was a good dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And she was a good
dancer.
dancer.
Knew, yeah. We worked well together. But anyways, so nothing serious during rehearsals or the performance or anything. We were just friends, and we took a picture together.
Just a lot of questioning, hinting looks. I was doing an Austrian dance, so I had mid-thigh high, skin tight lederhosen that I was wearing.
So it was like, it had like the straps, the overall like straps.
Yep.
And Like the long socks and shorts.
I remember the lederhosen were so high that sometimes the briefs that I wore underneath would show out the bottom.
Oh.
And I was like, this is not supposed to happen.
Yeah, so he was smashing in his lederhosen. Anyways, so that's how we met.
That's how we
met.
met.
That the question?
That's how we met. What do you guys do to take care of your relationship while also taking care of the kids? And we got 2 specific questions, a little bit different, but generally the same. The next question, what do you do to fit in couple time for the 2 of you among the busyness of littles and jobs?
It's kind of a struggle that we're still working on.
Keyword, working on.
Yeah, so we are working on it. We talk about our day, which is, I mean, that's good for me. Mm-hmm. I like to hear how things are going for him and just connect that way, so I know like what's going on, what things he's going through at work. But honestly, I think this is something that we need to be better at, is connecting every day in some meaningful way. Because sometimes he gets home, we have dinner as a family, we have scripture and prayer, get the kids in bed, and then I have to get my work done.
Yeah.
And because it's due at a certain time.
Yeah.
Usually the weekends are like catch-up time that we get to spend time together in different ways.
In all the various ways.
In all the ways.
Yeah.
Something that I would like us to start doing is even if it's only 10 or 15 minutes, once the kids are in bed, sitting together, playing a game, or just talking.
Even just talking, and we've done that a couple times.
Or just like just taking turns massaging each other's shoulders, just something to connect when it's just the 2 of us.
What age were you when you met your spouse? This is embarrassing.
I was 18.
Yep.
Yeah, I was 18.
I was 21.
Okay, I guess that's not like weird.
No, it's not weird.
It's not weird that we met when I was 18. But what's crazy is that we got married when I was 18 still. What is something your spouse does that you wish they didn't? Do you want to answer this first?
No.
You know,
do you have something?
Honestly, I can't think of anything.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of something too.
Hold on. We need some time to think. Oh, I know. I wish it didn't take you so long to poop.
Oh. Well, I can't really help that.
Like,
I'm sorry.
I joke that I can birth a baby in the time it takes him to take a poop.
It's actually not that far off. I have one and it's minor. But I am very, very, very concerned with being on time. Very concerned with being on time. And I know that that's not necessarily as much of a priority for Michaela.
I like to be on time, but I don't like freak out or anything.
Exactly. I legit panic. We're just so accepting of one another that all we could think of was poop and being late. What is your favorite quality that your spouse has?
This is hard too, because there's so many.
There you go. Good answer. Good answer. Michaela is unerringly compassionate, literally towards anyone. She has a bleeding heart, a lot of people would say, and she wears that heart right on her sleeve. She immediately loves someone as just like the default when meeting someone new, and she will continue to love that person unless they do something to
be unlovable.
Which would take a lot for Michaela, but still.
It would take a lot.
Yeah, I mean, she loves someone from the moment that she sees them, and that.
Yeah. I love how service-oriented you are. And hardworking. He is willing to go and help anyone who's in need.
Other things. Are you weeping?
My pregnancy is...
A lot of you asked what it is that I'm doing now for work. I recently, 6 months ago. It's been 6 months. Yeah. On the 18th of August, it will be 6 months. I switched careers, and so now I work as an allocator, which is a part of supply chain for Leslie's Pool Supply, and I review throughout the week the product inventory of those specific departments worth of product across the 960 stores that we have across the United States, and make sure that they have product needed for their projected sales. Do you have a little wrap-up message for everyone? We love you. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for making this all possible.
Thank you so much for watching and taking the time to get to know us a little bit.
So go ahead and give us a like, and feel free to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And
yeah. Oh, and press that bell, the bell notification button.
Yeah. So
that you can get notified when I post future videos.
Yeah. There's a lot more to come, and we're excited to share it all with you.
Thanks for watching.